Good afternoon, Tsupiteros, and welcome to this week's edition of Pillow Talks. For this week, I decided to do some technical analysis of some selected issues that you might be interested in. But before I do that, let's look at the market. Let's see where the market is going. So I have here the chart of the PSEI index. And what happened in the last 5 days was actually the best scenario that we could have hoped for. The market was able to bounce off its 50% retracement line and climb up to its new highs. So it began a bit hesitating last Friday because I'm sure a lot of people are just getting tempted to take profits already. But I'm betting that there's a lot of people who missed this rally and are just waiting for any dips to get into the market. Okay, so what do we expect from here? Well, the market can do one of two things. Okay, let me just fix this. Okay, the market can probably consolidate right here and pull back before it continues to make new highs. Okay, so that's one scenario that I'm looking at. Okay, another scenario is for the market to continue to climb possibly all the way up to around this level here before it starts to pull back down here. All right, and then continue making new highs. Okay, so both scenarios are bullish. Of course, the latter one, or this one that I just explained to you just now, is the more bullish one. But both scenarios are bullish, and both scenarios will likely lead this market to make new highs. Okay, so if you have some positions in the market right now, I suggest you just hold them and you wait for any dips in order to add into your positions, or maybe look into some issues that haven't really climbed up yet but will most likely start rallying in the next couple of weeks, couple of months. So I'm bullish, no? I think we're gonna end this year with a bang. I hope that by the year ends, we'll be looking at the 7,000 level or maybe even higher. So let's see. So before I continue with my presentation, I'd like to thank one of my sponsors, APS Online. If you'd like to trade with a broker that has excellent research, do trade with APS Online. Okay, so as I promised, I have picked about 10 issues here. Okay, 10 of probably the most interesting and hotly talked about stocks right now in the market. Okay, and I enumerated them, or I sorted them in terms of their market cap. Okay, so we have Jollibee, Converge, of course. There's PXP, Dito, PHR, Chelsea, Now, MRC, Waterfront, and APVI. Okay, so of course Jollibee would have the biggest market cap at 217 billion, followed by Converge at 113 billion. And so on and so forth. The smallest ones would be Waterfront and Altos. Okay, so let's look at them one by one. Okay, So let's look at Jollibee first. Okay, here's Jollibee. Okay, so this is the big picture of Jollibee. So it's been trending down for the last couple of months, and then it started to stabilize here between April and October, and then finally in the latter part of October it started to break out and is now trending up. So as you can see, the stock has already climbed up quite a bit in the last couple of weeks, but just like the market, I'm still bullish with Jollibee, although I think it's a bit overbought and it's relatively high right now. I do think that prices are still gonna trend up and are still gonna make new highs from here. Okay, so that's my take on Jollibee. Let's look at the second one is Converge. Well, because Converge is just a new issue, we can hardly see anything in the chart. And if I were just going to make a judgment on this particular stock based on its chart, then I would just presume that it will just continue to move sideways from here. So that's it. For the meantime, it's just consolidating between 1540 and 1420. So you might just want to trade the range of the stock for now. Next, we have PXP. Okay, so with PXP, you'll notice the market cap is already at almost 25 billion market cap. Okay, so this is with expectations that there will be exploration in the West Philippine Sea, and PXP will lead this exploration. It's been trending up for the last 1 month now, and it's relatively high already. If you look at it from a bigger perspective, okay, this is the weekly chart. It's already nearing that this resistances here at about 13 to 14 pesos. So although in the short term it doesn't look like it's toppish yet, and it does seem like it might just be consolidating in the last 2 days before it continues to go higher. So just like Jollibee, although it's a little bit high already, this might still continue to go higher in the short term. Then we have Dito. I'll bundle Dito with Chelsea and Now because their charts looks very very similar to each other. So we'll just analyze them as a bundle. So let's look at Dito. The way I see it, if you look at the weekly chart, okay, of Dito, it is already trading near its with its weekly highs of about 6 to 8 pesos. If you'll remember, sometime in 2018 and 2019, it already hit these levels of 7, 8 pesos, and before it plunged all the way back down to 1 peso in early 2020, and it's doing it again. It went as high as 805. And it appears like, from the way I see it, it's forming another toppish pattern of some sort. It's like it did a high here and made a violent drop there, climbed back up but failed to retest the highs and made a lower high right here. And it's now, from its highs, it's already down by 3 pesos from its very highs. So I believe in the big picture, Dito might be toppish, and it's the same. The same goes with Chelsea. The same goes with Now. They're just following each other. Among these three issues, Now appears to be the weakest one. Dito seems to be the strongest one. They did a very strong rebound last Friday when Dito formed a trough at 480, and this might lead to a rally again come Monday or Tuesday. But I doubt very much if it can retest this high of 705. Um, on a best case scenario, probably it might just climb back towards this level here before it drops back down and retests the lows. Okay, that's how I see it. Or on a worst case scenario, prices might already drop from here on Monday, okay, and retests the lows. Okay, so be careful in this one. Be careful in Chelsea, and be careful on now. I think there has been a change in these stocks medium-term trend, and they might already be on a downtrend in the medium term, if not, on a possibly on a best on a consolidation. Okay, so just make a quick buck out of it. If you went in last Friday, I wouldn't hold these positions for long at this point. Okay, then we have PHR. Okay, so this very controversial stock, it went, before it got suspended and before it offered its shares at 168, the stock rallied all the way to 370, and then come listing day last Thursday, the stock dropped back down to 2, rallied to 265 before closing at 218, and is now, last Friday it tried to rally back up, but was not able to sustain the rally, and it closed the day near its lows. I believe prices might still continue to go down from here, and there is even a risk that maybe prices might actually retest the offering price of 168. Okay, so be careful about this one. I think it's a bit heavy, and I think the line of least resistance for this one is still downwards. Okay. Then we have MRC. Okay, for MRC, if we look at the weekly picture of MRC, okay, it's like it's in the middle of its medium-term range of between 95 cents and 10 cents. It has been trending strongly in the short term in the last 1 month or so. It pulled back last Friday, but just like JFC and just like PXP, they're relatively overbought already, but they might still continue to climb higher along with the rest of the market. Before I continue with my presentation, I'd like to thank another one of my sponsors, AAA Equities. If you'd like to trade with a broker that have automated stops, do trade with AAA Equities. Okay, so the next stock that I want to discuss with you this afternoon is Waterfront. Okay, Waterfront did this massive rally a couple of days ago on news that they have been granted a license to operate a casino in the entertainment city. So I believe there is a change in the outlook for this stock. Obviously, that news is very bullish. If you look at the medium-term picture of the stock, it appears like prices have just climbed up from its bottom here at about 40 cents and is now just beginning to rally from that low. So, although it has been pulling back since 2-3 days ago, I believe that prices will no longer drop back down here around the 40 to 45 cents level and will most likely form a higher low. it might just consolidate in the short term before it continues to go higher. Okay, the last stock that I want to discuss with you is, well, my favorite right now, and it's Alto's Property Ventures. Okay, so the stock has been rallying already for the last 1 month, and after hitting a high of 1348, it pulled back down in the last 2 days. But I believe that the trend is still upwards, and the prices might just be pulling back down before they continue to make new highs. If you look at its big picture, okay, so I believe that the downtrend of this stock is over, and we've probably seen the penultimate low for the stock at 829. Okay, so I do believe that the Gokongways will do something about this company in the future, and they might use it as a backdoor listing vehicle. And the nice thing about this stock, it's just trading at 1.2 billion market cap. So the risk is very low. I like it. It's owned by the Gokongways, and the trend is definitely up. So in summary, I am giving JFC, PXP, MRC a hold recommendation. I am giving Converge a trade the range recommendation. I am giving Dito, PHR, Chelsea now a sell on strength recommendation. And my picks are in Waterfront and Alto's Property Ventures. So that's it, guys. I hope you learned something from me again this week. And see you all again next week. Bye.